Welcome to the deep dive. So you've probably been hearing loads about these incredible AI tools, right? The ones that can write, create art, answer
Oh
questions.
yeah, they're everywhere now.
Exactly. And today we're going to dive into how you actually get the best stuff out of them. It's all about something called prompt engineering, specifically for those big AI models, the LLMs.
Right. Think of it like this. The AI is this super powerful engine, maybe like a race car, but it needs a skilled driver giving it really, really good instructions.
Okay, a driver or maybe a navigator giving it the map.
Yeah, a navigator, that works too. Prompt engineering is basically figuring out the best way to give those instructions that map to the AI.
So it's the art, maybe the science too, of designing prompts to guide the AI to give you what you actually want.
Precisely. And it's not just for tech wizards. Anyone can get better at it. It's about clear communication.
So if you've ever asked an AI something and gotten back a response that was just weird or completely missed the point,
Happens all the time.
chances are the prompt, your instruction, could have been better. It's like asking for directions, go somewhere cool, isn't helpful. You need coordinates.
Exactly. You need to be specific. And that input you give the AI, that's the prompt. It could be a simple question, a few keywords.
Or something more complex,
So
like detailed instruction.
Yeah, or code snippets, or even just the start of a story you want it to continue. The key thing is the quality of your prompt directly impacts the quality of the AI's answer. It's surprisingly sensitive.
Okay, so crafting these AI roadmaps, these prompts, what are the essential ingredients? What do people really need to focus on?
Good question. There are a few core things. First up is the prompt format, the actual structure and style you use.
Like word it.
Yeah, how you word it, how you structure it. Think about asking a person for something, how you ask matters, right? Same with AI. Some models might understand a natural chatty question perfectly, while others might do better with, say, a numbered list of instructions or a really direct command. You kind of have to feel out what works best for the specific AI you're using.
So no one-size-fits-all format.
Not really. Experimentation helps. Then second, there's context and examples. This is huge.
Yeah, what do you mean by context?
Well, imagine asking someone to write a funny story. If you just say write a funny story, you might get anything.
Right.
But if you say write a funny story in the style of Douglas Adams about a confused alien visiting a supermarket, you've given it context, a theme, a style. You're setting the stage.
I see. And examples.
Yeah, sometimes showing is better than telling. If you want a specific kind of output, maybe give it an example or two of what you're looking for within the prompt itself.
Like, here's what good looks like.
Exactly. It helps the AI zero in on what you mean.
Makes sense. What else?
Number three is fine-tuning and adapting. Now, fine-tuning can mean actually retraining the model, which is complex, but for everyday users, it's more about iteration, meaning you probably won't get the perfect result on your first try. Look at the AI's response. Was it close? What was missing? Then tweak your prompt and try again.
So it's like a conversation, a bit of back and forth.
Totally. Treat it like a dialogue. Rephrase, add detail, simplify. Adapt based on what you're getting back.
Okay. Format, context examples, adapting. Anything else?
One more key thing, multi-turn conversations. Many LLMs can remember the previous parts of your chat.
Right, they keep track.
Yeah, so you can build on earlier prompts, ask follow-up questions, refine ideas together. Designing prompts with this conversational flow in mind makes the whole interaction feel more natural and lets you tackle more complex stuff.
Got it. So those are the building blocks. Now, you mentioned different formats.
Okay.
Are there specific types of prompts people use, like established methods?
Definitely. The simplest is probably the direct prompt, or a zero shot, as it's sometimes called.
Zero shot.
Yeah, meaning you give it zero examples, just a straight instruction, summarize this text, translate this sentence, brainstorm ideas for X. You're relying on its built-in knowledge.
Okay, that's straightforward. What's the opposite?
That would be one shot, few shot, or multi-shot prompting. Here, like we touched on with examples, you give the AI one or a few or even many examples of the task before you ask it to do the real thing.
So you're showing it the pattern first.
Exactly. Input, apple, output, fruit, input, carrot, output, vegetable, input, potato, output. You show it the input-output pairs. It helps immensely for specific formats or styles.
I can see how that would work. More advanced techniques.
There's chain of thought, often called COT. This one's really cool for complex reasoning.
Chain of thought.
Yeah, instead of just asking for the answer, you prompt the AI to, think out loud. to break down its reasoning step by step.
Like showing your work in math class.
Exactly like that. Asking it to explain the steps or think step by step often leads to much more accurate results for logic problems, math, that kind of thing.
Interesting. You're guiding his process.
You are, and you can even combine these. There's zero-shot CT.
Okay, now you're mixing them.
Yeah. You asked it to think step by step without giving it prior examples of step by step reasoning. Just adding a simple phrase like, let's think step by step to a direct prompt can sometimes magically improve the answer quality for tricky questions.
Wow, that's a neat trick. Just nudging it to be more deliberate.
It seems to work. It encourages a more structured thought process.
Okay, this is great. We understand the mechanics, the types of prompts. Let's talk practical applications. How can, everyday folks or professionals actually use this stuff?
Oh, the uses are incredibly wide-ranging. Let's start with language and text generation, stuff most people can use right away.
Like writing emails.
Emails, yes, but also creative writing. Don't just say, write a story. Get specific. Write a 500-word fantasy story about a reluctant dragon who loves baking, told from the dragon's perspective in a humorous tone. See the difference?
Huge difference. You're giving it way more to work with.
Right. Or summarization. Got a long article or report, paste it in and ask, summarize the key findings of this report in 5 bullet points for a non-expert audience. Saves so much time.
Definitely. Translation.
Yep, translation. Just be clear. Translate the following paragraph from English to Japanese. Simple, direct, or even dialogue practice. Act as a customer service representative for a fictional airline. I will be an angry customer complaining about a lost bag. Respond politely and try to resolve the issue.
Huh. That's clever. So it's like a super-powered assistant for text.
Pretty much. Now think about professionals, marketing folks. Instead of just write ad copy, they can provide target audience details, key selling points, brand voice examples.
Get much more targeted results.
Exactly. Researchers. Extract all mentions of side effects from the attached medical study. Developers. We mentioned code.
Yeah, code completion, debugging.
Right. Code translation between languages, suggesting ways to optimize code for speed. It's like having a coding partner.
So it boosts productivity across different fields.
Absolutely. And let's drill down into even more specific use cases. Think about a student writing an essay. They could prompt, critique this thesis statement, pace statement. Is it clear? Is it arguable? Suggest improvements.
Wow, instant feedback.
Or a small business owner. Generate 5 blog post ideas about sustainable gardening practices suitable for beginners. Or draft a polite email response to a customer asking for a refund outside the return window.
It tackles those tasks that take time but maybe aren't the core focus.
Exactly. It frees you up, even for hobbies. Songwriters. Suggest 3 rhyming couplets for a lyric about summer rain. Game masters. Create stats and a short description for a goblin merchant character who is secretly quite wealthy.
The possibilities really do seem endless. Okay, I'm sold on the why, but how do we get good at this? What are the top tips for writing prompts that actually work well?
All right, strategy time. Tip number 1, set clear goals. Know exactly what you want the AI to do before you start typing.
Be intentional.
Yes. Use strong verbs. Analyze, compare, create, list, define. Specify the output format and length if it matters. Write a 3-paragraph summary, generate a bulleted list, and mention the target audience. Explain quantum computing simply for a high school student.
Start with the end in mind.
Got it. Tip 2, provide context and background. Don't make the AI guess. Give it the relevant facts, data, or background info it needs.
Like briefing someone.
Exactly. If you're asking about a specific document, include the key parts or tell it where to look. If there are key terms, maybe define them first. More info usually means a better response.
Okay, context is king. What's next?
Tip 3, use few-shot prompting when you can. Remember the examples. If you want a specific style or format, show, don't just tell. Provide those input-output examples right in the prompt. Translate these English sentences to formal French. Example 1, ang FR. Example 2, ang FR. Now translate your sentence.
Let's give it a template. Makes sense.
Tip 4, be specific. This is crucial. Avoid vague language. Instead of tell me about dogs, try list 5 common dog breeds suitable for apartment living and briefly describe their temperament.
Precision matters.
Hugely. Quantify things. Write a 10-line poem, not write a short poem. And break down complex tasks. Instead of create a marketing plan, try 1, define the target audience for product X. 2, suggest 3 key marketing messages. 3, list 5 potential online marketing channels.
Like a mini project plan in the prompt.
You got it. Tip 5, iterate and experiment. Your first prompt might not be perfect. That's okay.
Don't give up.
Right. Try rewording it, add more detail, remove detail, try different keywords, play around with the length, see what changes the output. It's a learning process.
Practice makes perfect, or at least better.
Exactly. And finally, tip 6, leverage chain of thought for complex stuff. Ask the AI to explain its reasoning or work through this step by step. Guide its thinking process, especially if the first answer seems off.
Okay, those are really concrete strategies. Clear goals, context, examples, specificity, iteration, and chain of thought. So if we actually do this, if we put in the effort to get better at prompt engineering, what are the big wins?
The benefits are pretty clear. First, better results. The AI's output will be significantly more accurate, more relevant, and just plain more useful to you.
Less frustration.
Definitely less frustration. Second, more control. Good prompts help you steer the AI, reducing the chances of weird, biased, or unhelpful responses. You get more predictable outcomes.
Makes the AI feel less like a black box.
Exactly. And third, it just leads to a better user experience. It's more efficient. You spend less time fighting with the tool and more time getting value from it. It becomes a real collaborator.
So it's really about unlocking what these AI tools are truly capable of for whatever we need them for.
That's the core idea, moving from just using AI to genuinely working with AI effectively.
This has been super illuminating. It really feels like prompt engineering isn't just a niche tech skill anymore. It's becoming, well, a fundamental communication skill for the digital age.
I completely agree. It's about how we interact with these increasingly powerful systems.
So for everyone listening, the main message seems to be, don't be intimidated. Start playing around. Try these techniques, experiment with different prompts for things you do every day or for work. See what happens.
You'll likely surprise yourself with what you can get these models to do once you learn how to ask properly.
Absolutely. Practice is key.
And maybe a final thought to leave people with. As AI gets woven more and more deeply into everything we do, our jobs, our learning, our creativity, how is this ability, this skill of effectively communicating with AI through prompts going to fundamentally reshape our future? How will it change the way we think and work?
That's a big question. Definitely something to ponder. Thanks so much for this deep dive today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.